the first shot is fired. I'm standing there on the hills of Bosnia. Mujahideen, to my right and to my left, brothers who served with me for the sake of Allah. I've got my AK in my hands. I've got my back to a tree. I'm coming down a hill, and the enemy's at the bottom, or in the brush, or coming up at us. And we're not really sure where they are. It's muddy, it's wet, it's gooey, you're hungry, you're tired. The weight of your gun bears on you. And in those moments where you have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and any soldier knows the waiting is the hardest part. Oh, the waiting. And there I am against a tree, and I see a brother move back up against the hill, and another brother move back up over to the side and sit down in a little ledge underneath a felled tree in the forest. And there I am, standing on my own, exposed. And I think to myself, maybe I should pull back just a little and go just a few meters, a few steps, in that little nook where those two other brothers are sitting, waiting to see if the gunfire blows. Just under a felled, huge log in the brush of the forest. And as I move up there and go to sit down, and all soldiers sit and start to make fun of each other and yell at each other over who still got some peanut butter left in their MRE. Right? Anybody? No? What do you got? I don't got anything. What do you got? I got nothing either. Oh, brothers and sisters, let's tell the tale, if the truth be told. And before you even realize it, you hear a whistle, and a tune starts to go, and then you realize it's not a tune, it is gunfire, and it is blazing all around you, and it is ricocheting everywhere, and you have no idea where the heavy guns are coming from. And there is screaming left and right, and you are dodging and weaving, and you're trying to figure out where the attack is coming from. And you're looking for the muzzle fire, and you're listening for the sound, and you're trying to hear. The details of any story are the same for every one of us who has ever been in a firefight ever, who has ever served on any battlefield ever. The true story lies way, way earlier. Lies in the one who says, I'm going to serve because I think this is my calling. And all those who don't understand say, you're trying to get yourself killed? Why do you want to do that? And all those who say, you're going for jihad fi sabilillah. You're trying to get yourself killed? This isn't the path. This isn't the way. Well, those who are committing suicide, those who are killing themselves, those who are choosing to kill themselves, they don't understand a very basic fundamental that any true soldier who has ever served even a moment in the battlefield, not for any other agenda, but for truly the cause of Allah, just because you are a mujahid, a warrior who goes purely for the right reasons to a true battlefield, does not mean you have the right to be a martyr. And only those who, after the firefight is over, And they've been looking down the barrel of their gun and thinking, should I shoot at this guy? Should I shoot at that guy? I can't tell if that's a Croat. I can't tell if that's a Bosnian. I can't tell if that's a Serb. I can't tell who my enemy is. Is that the enemy? Is that the enemy? Do you know who the enemy is? Do you know your enemy? This is worse than Call of Duty. I can't tell the red guys from the green guys. How am I going to take a shot? I can't even tell who the enemy is. Nobody's even fighting on a line. There's not white guys and black guys on a checkerboard. This is insanity. But a true mujahid learns even more important lesson. After leaving the battlefield, every single mujahid learns a fundamental lesson. You do not have the right to choose to be a martyr. You only have the right to offer yourself in service of others. The moment of death, being chosen in the path, is not a choice that you have the right to make for yourself. And any true mujahid who has gone in jihad fi sabilillah, who has walked away from the battlefield without his soul being taken from him, understands this lesson, that becoming a shaheed, becoming a martyr, is not your choice. So anyone who claims that they are mujahid on the battlefield and they have taken their own life, then those who are true mujahideen say that those who are too cowardly to live on, those who are too cowardly to fight on, those who are too cowardly to face the reality of the truths of their own fears, those who try to claim that they are killing others in the path of Allah by suiciding themselves, then I say, by Allah and the sunnah of His Messenger, that our Prophet has told us, we have been warned that we don't call you shuhada, those who are too fearful of the pain of continuing on with the battle, that you would rather end yourself. You are a coward. You are a coward who is unwilling to go on with life. You are a coward who is unwilling to go and serve on a true battlefield without realizing that perhaps you may not die. You are a coward who cannot face the reality of the truths of his own fears and his own nafs. And so he thinks killing himself is the answer. You are not a mujahid, you are a coward. وَأَنَا بَرِيٌّ مِنْكَ, and I have no association with you who kill yourselves or blow up yourselves or harm innocent civilians who are not engaged in the battlefield of war. Those who are not on the battlefield of war. Those who are not attacking your armies. Those who are not engaged in open combat. You attack and harm innocent women and children, those who haven't openly declared any harm against you. You are cowards. And those of Allah and His Messenger who understand the true jihad fi sabilillah, those who have gone in jihad fi sabilillah and have lived to speak of it. We consider those who kill themselves cowards. Yes, it's hard to understand the truth from the falsehood. And there are many who claim to be speaking on the authority of Allah and His Messenger. And there are many who claim that say, oh, we know everything about jihad. But there are few who have gone in jihad fi sabilillah and understand what it is like. I am a mujahid fi sabilillah, but I'm not a terrorist. And there is nothing in jihad fi sabilillah that has to do with terrorism whatsoever. This is what it sounds like when you hear a lion's roar. our job as mujahideen is to defend the rights of those who have been oppressed, not to harm those who are sleeping and innocent, who don't even know what is going on in the field of war, and those who have no knowledge of Islam, who are claiming the name of jihad fi sabilillah, and then encouraging the shabab and the youth, and those who don't understand the truth. You are being deceived, my brothers and sisters, and if you're listening in the English language, and if you're wondering who understands the true jihad, and who can communicate what the true struggle is about, and who is one who has gone physically in jihad fi sabilillah, who can explain to you who your true enemy is and what this war is about. Someone who is attempting to train you in jihad, the greatest jihad, Jihad al-Akbar, the jihad of the nafs, the jihad of knowing who you are, the jihad of remembering who you are, the jihad of remembering how to defeat those who you can't see. For the truth of every believer of light is that our enemy is not someone that we can see in the flesh. Our enemy is unseen. And the true mujahid, the true spiritual warrior, is a warrior of light. And he comes to bring peace, and he comes to bring unity. And he extends a hand of mercy and a hand of open friendship, calling for all conflict to be resolved and wars to end. Oh, we're only just getting started, brothers and sisters, and the tale is just getting warmed up. I wanted everybody to know how serious a subject this is, so that when the answer comes, and those of you who know what we're talking about, when the mujahideen speak, will say, look up at the sky. And those of you who understand that the true spiritual warriors, the true defenders of light, have nothing to do with terrorism. And do not confuse jihad with terrorism. The true mujahideen are the leaders in the ascension and the spiritual warriors of the earth. And this matter is very, very serious. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.